On this episode of the Real Estate Box, we talk about responsibilities as a realtor, size of down payment, income versus personal residence, and a lot more. Stay tuned. Nailed that one. Welcome to the Real Estate Box. It's a box of questions. I'll do my best to see what I can do to answer that. It sucked. Anyway, I got the Real Estate Box right here in front of me. I'm going to answer some questions.
Alright.
Oh boy.
How much percentage is ideal to put down when buying a home?
It's honestly whatever fits your budget. Again, I know this is kind of a corny answer, but the reality is whatever fits your budget. If you can afford to put as much down payment as possible and it fits what you want left over for savings and what you want to do to the property, I would, suggest a conservative route and put a larger down payment. That means your monthly payments are lower, and you'll have less debt on the property and a more comfortable living. However, you could choose to put less money down, which will leave money left over to do things like upgrades and furnishings and all of that. So it is personal choice, as with a lot of these things, but I think the more money down, the better, because it keeps your monthly payment down and overhead low. Not too bad, first one, all right. Question number 2.
What are your legal responsibilities as my realtor?
So, as a realtor, there's actually...
Realtor?
Yeah, well, there's actually 2 things here. There's real estate agents, and then there's realtors. And realtors are people that belong to the National Association of Realtors and the California Association of Realtors, if you're in California. Those professionals, licensed agents that belong to that association, actually follow a code of ethics and have contracts that they have to abide by, and one of which is agency disclosure and a fiduciary duty. And so we have a responsibility to represent our clients ethically and honestly on the most basic level. That is our number one principle. So our legal responsibility is to guide our clients to the best of our ability and to direct them in an honest and fair fashion. Code of ethics, we're like doctors. They have, the, what do you call that? The Hippocratic Oath. We have a code of ethics, so we're right up there with doctors. Yeah, it's like doctors, realtors, lawyers. Question number 3.
I want to buy a home and some income property, but I only have $350,000. My idea is to buy my house with cash and pull out my equity to purchase my income property. How could I make that work, or is this a bad idea?
So that was on our Facebook page. Somebody wrote in, thank you for writing in. At first, I thought he had it backwards, but I think he's trying to say the same thing. Definitely buy the principal residence first. It's the most important. It is easier to get the loan. You can get a better rate in terms. And so if you just have a specific amount of money, and in your case, $350,000, I would actually buy the principal residence with a small down payment and as much loan as you can, where you want to be, and then take the balance of the cash and go and buy an investment property with what you have left, whether that's in an area nearby or out of state or whatever. Do your homework, hire a professional, but buy the principal residence. And you don't need to buy the principal residence cash. You can show that you have the cash, but get the loan upon purchase. Don't cash out refi later. And I think that was really the real intention of the question, but I would get the purchase loan first on the principal residence, and then whatever's left over, go buy the investment property, because you're going to need the most cash to buy the investment property because it's non-owner occupied and you won't be able to borrow as much money. That was easy, slam dunk. Let's do one more. Cement truck. Bastards. Son of a gun. I need the question again.
As a buyer, what are some ways to make my offer stand out from the rest?
This is a good question. I like this question. There are little hidden gems you can do. They're becoming more popular because people are finding out that they work. But any seasoned agent should be coaching you on how to write an offer. Number one, which we just or will discuss, is the pre-approval letter is huge. Having your lender that's on that pre-approval letter call the other agent in person and have a conversation goes a really long way. Having all your documentation, showing where the down payment's coming from, showing the what they call proof of funds, the bank statements, and all that kind of stuff that shows where the money is. A nice, clean, complete offer with all the signatures and all the appropriate spaces filled out. And then a cover letter is very important, usually coming from the buyer, a picture of the buyer and the family, all of that stuff is packaged together, a complete package, and then your agent presenting that. It can be over phone, it can be in person, but not just sending off an email, actually having a conversation with the other agent. Can your agent get in front of the other agent and their seller and present these things in person? Is an old school way of doing things, but actually can be very productive. And again, all of that together sets you apart from other buyers. You'd be surprised how some of these packages come across in a competitive situation, especially very incomplete, and it's an indication of how serious and how ready you are as a buyer. Done?
Done.
Cool. I really like that. That was fun. I enjoyed that. Really had a good time. I appreciate all the questions. I think we'll do another one. Episode 2 maybe? Let's see how many we can do. That's it for episode 1 of the Real Estate Box. It'll be on our Facebook page and our Instagram feed and YouTube. Thanks for watching. See you next time.